Hello everyone, good evening. This is Shaurya, and today I will be taking your particular class on sorting. My voice is clear to everyone. Am I right? If there's any problem, then do let me know that as well. Okay. So again, I'm Shaurya, and I'm a part of Shape AI. And today I will be taking your class on sorting. We'll be covering STL, standard template library for sort for arrays as well as vectors. We will also be looking at insertion sort and bubble sort. If time permits, we'll be coding them as well. For the next 3 days, we are going to continue in sorting itself, and let's see how that goes. Good evening, everyone. Let's wait for everyone to join. Today a lot less population has come, so please be on time everyone, because that enables us to finish the syllabus on time as well. Okay, wait for 5 more minutes for everyone to join, and then we'll be starting. I will also like to remind you guys that supers are now available. uh, like, I don't know what they are called again. Okay, so we have super chat. If you have some questions that you want to ask, you can easily ask your question using a super chat. Yeah, that's also one more thing. Again, for most people, like, it will be an amazing session to have you all with us today. Okay, so just focus upon what we are going to teach today. Try to understand all the concepts. These are very basic concepts that you must know. Okay, when you are going into programming, of course you have to develop upon these concepts. Now you need a proper guidance, you need a proper mentor to understand all these concepts. And if you are in search for a proper training and internship program or proper guidance via mentors from top institutes and MNCs, you can join the Shape AI course. Okay, training and internship program that is available on our website as well. Of course, that is live. So yeah, and today also I have a special surprise for all of you guys. So I'll be sharing that surprise as well with all of you. So that's also something, because you are with us from the start itself, and we always want to share as much as we can with our supporters, so that we ensure that they are getting something or the other from this 15 days boot camps as well. Okay, let's wait for 5 more minutes, guys. I don't know why today so less people have turned up. Okay, I'll just put on a message in the chat section as well on WhatsApp. Be putting the message on all the groups, so that if someone has missed the message or something, he or she can be able to see that and join us for our today's lesson as well. Okay, just give me 1 more second. Yeah, good evening, everyone. Uh, so I will just repeat myself for those who are joining right now. We'll be learning STL sort today, as well as we'll be going into some concepts like stable and unstable sorting algorithms. We'll be going into insertion sort and bubble sort, and we'll be trying to code them as well. Jagdish Jashan, this is just a 15 days boot camp. We cannot cover almost everything in just 15 days. It takes almost 4 months to 5 months to, like, go through every topic that is asked in an interview, and there are a lot more things that you need to know. Okay, so for that you can of course join our 4 month long training and internship program. You can check out the syllabus on our website as well. We cover all the major data structures and algorithms that are being asked. We cover all the different questions that are being asked in interviews. We prepare you for mock interviews as well. So, and of course, like development also, we handle that, so that you have great projects, great certificates. You have like certificates from big companies like IBM, Google in your resume as well, and many other things. So of course, like, for getting an internship or a job at any of the top MNCs, you actually need three things from your side. Okay, they search for three things from you. First one is your personality. Okay, so how are you sitting in that interview? How are you able to talk? Like, how are you speaking during the interview as well? The second thing they are looking as your knowledge. Okay, so are you having the correct knowledge? And the knowledge is something that they are seeing on a particular topic itself. So for example, you didn't knew that stacks and queues are asked a lot less than trees and graphs for an interview at Facebook, and you prepared for stacks and queues a lot or pointers, and in the interview itself, like, you failed badly because you didn't knew for which institute you need to learn or focus much more upon which topic itself. And what are the things, for example, dbms, os, networking, in the projects. Okay, so what are the different projects that you have done? Are these projects very common between the students? Then it will not affect your resume. What are the certificates do you have? Only there are only a few certificates that really matter to the interviewer. Of course, that does not ensure that you are going to get a job, but they really matter, these certificates, and we know which certificates these are. So we provide our students with those certificates as well for free without charging anything extra. And then the third thing is, do you have any prior experience? For example, have you done any internships? Have you done a particular job? And these should be technical, not like intern Shala student partner program or something like that. These need to be technical, relevant to the position that you are applying. For SDE, it could be anything from data analysis, web development to something else. And these should be proper internships, okay, and not just courses that you're doing. So we accumulate everything and provide it to you guys, so that you have the entire package when you are applying to any company. So please check it out on our website shapeai.tech. Okay. Aryan Sinha, you can of course join our training and internship program by Shape AI. And at the end of the training and internship program, you get a letter of recommendation and an internship certificate saying that you have completed 5 months of training at Shape AI for SDE or data analyst position. So you can join. So we train you in all the different technologies. We give you different projects. We also train you. Yeah, so recognize your no. So see, many of the companies offer like certificates from IITs for a 5 day boot camp or 1 month boot camp or something like that. Those really don't matter. Okay, these certificates don't. There are a very few number of certificates that really matter to the interviewers, and we know that because we ourselves have conducted many thousands of interviews from our behalf, and we have also sat for many interviews, countless interviews over our experience. So we actually know which certificates really matter. So we provide our students with those certificates as well. So yeah, let's wait for 5 more minutes. Let's have people join us. Okay, more people join us. We'll be starting from about like 8:15. Okay, we'll start from 8:15 because a lot less people have joined till now. Okay, so as soon as a little more people join us, we'll be starting. Okay, we'll be starting from 8:15, guys. If you have some question till then, you can ask me. Again, I will be reminding you guys that today we are going to learn about STL sorting algorithms in C++. We will also be learning about what is stable and unstable sorting algorithms. We'll be going into bubble sort and insertion sort if time permits. Otherwise, we'll shift it to tomorrow. So there's no problem with that. So yeah. For Microsoft, like Parag Mittal is going to come tomorrow, I guess. For like he will be live with you guys. You can ask him questions as he is currently in Microsoft as a software development intern. You can ask him many questions that you would like to ask him. Also, we are going to have Pranjal, one of our batch one graduates. He's also going to come for a live session, and he's also going to teach, I guess, for 1 or 2 days. So yeah, so he's also currently in Microsoft. You can ask him those questions as well. Currently, Microsoft, the best language is C++ because they want you to be familiar in C++ at least. Okay, so for Microsoft, if you are aiming, then C++ would be the best language. No, RHA certification also doesn't matter. Okay. Umang, I will be telling that at the end of today's webinar. I will be giving that surprise to you all. So yeah, I hope that that comes as a surprise to you, and let's see how that goes on. Okay, so what's the time right now? We have 3-4 minutes more. Okay. So yeah, if you have any questions, like we are waiting for 3-4 minutes. I don't think more people are going to join us today. But still, if you are having any questions, then please do let me know. For those who like mathematics, okay, see, computer science is mostly mathematics itself, but like it involves like 11th, 12th mathematics. You don't have to go upon, like, you don't have to take up a BTech or MBA or something other to learn the maths behind computer science, okay, even if it's blockchain or AIML. But still, like, you need to at least learn 10th, 11th and 12th mathematics, at least 10th and 11th, if not 12th as well. So yeah, ML is very good. Of course, Aditya Singh, ML is in much more demand than web development at any point of time, because web development is now being saturated by people like Webflow, okay, Wix editors and all those kind of stuff. So slowly and steadily, like, most of the like startups and the breeding like companies are going towards these builders rather than hiring freelancers themselves. And in like, for example, in proper like Microsoft and all those companies, they are not looking forward to hire freshers in web development right now. They will be more interested if you know the basics of DSA, so that they can mold you according to that particular company itself. See, for Android development, it would be better to learn at least like UI UX. Okay, you should be familiar in Flutter as well, and in backend, Spring Boot or more or Node.js would also be very beneficial for you. Okay, ML is machine learning. Okay, so that's what is called as ML, and AI is artificial intelligence. Okay, practice to strengthen logic in codes. You have to do practice and nothing else. Okay, so yeah, see, if you are even little bit interested in programming, start with C++. Okay, so that it helps you in the future as well. I don't think so more people are going to join us today, so let's get started. For web design, UI UX is the first thing that you should start with. Okay, in Adobe XD, or you can use like a Sketch or some other platforms as well. So let's get started, guys, for today's session. I don't think so more people are going to join us. Okay. Pratham Anand, we already have WhatsApp groups which you can join. You can like message me and I will send you a group link. I will just paste my number right over here. You can message me anytime and I will add you to the WhatsApp group. Okay, so one more thing that I want to clear everyone. See, Tech via Manish has asked, what is the minimum knowledge required for becoming a web developer? Now, depending upon what kind of job do you want to have. In this COVID scenario, okay, so many people have been like removed from their jobs. They have been like kicked out of their jobs. So many, like, having people like having experience of about 8 to 10 years have been removed from their jobs, and you are a fresher. You don't even have a single year of experience, and you're competing with those people. Now, when you are passing out and they are still in the market, you have to compete with all the people from your batch itself, from the entire India, because I think that you are not from a tier 1 or tier 2 college. So for tier 3 colleges, you have to compete with all over India's students. Okay. The secondary thing with the freshers, so the experienced people who don't have jobs, you have to compete with them as well. Okay, as well as now the number of jobs have decreased. Okay, so the number of jobs have decreased. So for the larger population, now the population of people applying for the same job has increased, whereas the number of jobs have decreased. So you have to fight for that particular position. So early on, before 6 years ago, if you knew at least Mernstag, you were able to get a good job. Now they need you to learn Mernstag, where DevOps and many other things as well, so that you are able to compete with the people who are like just having applying for those jobs. So just think about it. Okay, so that's why we have our training and internship program, where we like give you everything that you need to know to apply for these jobs. Okay, so that's the point. Of course, like no other institute provides you mentors from big companies as well. Like they will just have one student that will be solving your doubts and everything. In our case, we have people from different MNCs who will be answering your questions. That is also something that we take a lot of pride in letting you guys know. Of course, Umang, Utsav, you can mark your attendance and we'll consider that as well as for the certificate. Okay. So yes, like cybersecurity is 99% programming and 1% logic. Okay. So if you don't know programming, then you cannot go into cybersecurity. Cybersecurity is not just hacking into different places and just figuring, just getting shit done. Okay. So there is a lot of thing that you need to know. Okay. So let's start with today's session. We'll be starting with sort, STL sort. Okay, so yeah, STL sort. I'll just like divide the scene so that I'm able to see your chat as well. Okay, just give me a second, guys, so that I can like divide the chat so that I'm able to see the chat as well. Okay, so we have like, of course, sorting is very important. So, for example, you have an array 80, 70, 90, 60, 30, 20, 10. Okay, so this is your array. Now most of the time what you want is to rearrange it into either ascending or descending order. Okay, so that is something that you need to know. So what to do in this particular case? Okay, so you have a particular, so this is called a sorting to convert this entire array into, for example, 90, 80, 70, 60, 30, 20, 10. It's called as sorting. Okay, but what exactly, so like beyond going to the algorithm itself, you have STL sort in C++. Okay, that you can directly use to get this thing done. Okay, so now normal sorting is usually in the descending ascending order. Okay, that is from the smallest it goes on to the largest. Normal sort algorithm. So this is the normal sort algorithm by STL. Okay, so it will always sort your entire array or your vector as well in ascending order from the smallest to the largest. So how can we write this particular sort algorithm? Let's first write it for a particular vector. Now please try to understand this, that sort. Okay, so sort takes in two arguments. It takes in two arguments inherently by default, and that you need to give it. Okay, so these two arguments are, the first argument is the starting pointer. Okay, the start pointer and the end pointer. So for an array of size, for example, we have an array of some size. Okay, so for this array, STL is the standard template library. Adi, we have already explained the standard template library in our previous video. Okay, no, STL is standard template library. Jagdish, Jagan, we have already dealt with standard template libraries, like Vector is a standard template library. We have, like, for example, we have sort. Okay, we have our many different aspects that we can use directly. We have queues as a STL. We have like unsorted, unordered set, and so on and so forth. These are all standard template libraries. We have already dealt with these all things back in our previous video. I think so. You have not yet seen all our sessions. Please ensure that if you are a beginner, watch all our sessions properly, until unless and until you're doing that, you will skip a lot of things. Vishal Gupta, just bring the red cursor back a little bit and listen to everything. Okay, so please do not be late. So yeah, so array. So we have sort. Sort takes in two parameters. The first parameter that it takes is the start pointer and the end pointer, just like what we have dealt in reverse. Okay, in reverse we have already dealt with it. If you are able to remember, reverse was one of the STL that we dealt with, and I like made you understand that there are two point things that it took in: vector dot begin. Okay, that is the starting pointer of the vector, and the vector dot end, that brings us to the ending like pointer to the session as well. Okay, so that is the thing. Please come up with a specialized placement oriented course in web development as well. Vijay Maheshwari, whatever we are coming up with, we are keeping in mind that, see, web development has become saturated. I've already explained you that. And there is a lot less scope to get placed as a web developer right now due to COVID as well. So people are not ready to take in new people for web development in big companies. So to get a placement as a web developer has become a lot tougher. Okay, so please try to remember that. So that's why, and the same thing we can implement in sort as well. So for example, if I have this particular vector, okay, this is my vector named as vec. Okay, vec. So if this is my vector and I want to sort the entire vector, vec dot begin will point to this particular element. This my will be my vec dot begin begin, and I can also have a particular vec dot end will point to the next. So the so at this particular point my array ends. Okay, so this is n minus 1 if n is the size of the vector. So vec dot end will return this particular position. Okay, vec dot end will return the next block to the end of the vector itself. Now if I want to sort the vector, so I will be writing sort vec dot begin comma vec dot end. Okay, so this is the entire thing that you need to write to get your array sorted, and you will be able, so you will be able to get this as your output. And as you are able to see, this is, sorry, this will not be the output. The output would be the entire opposite. So we will be sorting, this will sort it in the ascending order. So you will get your answer as 10, 20, 30, 40, 60, 70, 80, 90. Okay, so this will be the output, as this sort will be sorting your entire vector in ascending order. But what if you want to sort it in descending order? Okay, so using directly sort, providing the starting point and the ending vector, you are able to directly sort the entire array. Okay, so for any questions that you want to ask right now, please use the super chat so that I can focus more upon teaching. Okay, use the super chat and I will be answering those questions. So for sorting it in descending order, okay, we can use, the first thing is reverse. Okay, we can write reverse and then again vec dot begin, okay, comma vec dot end. After we have called this sort, okay, after we have written sort, we can write reverse and we can easily sort it in descending order. But the point is, see, sort sorts the entire array or the vector in place. Okay, it does not create another array in which you have to store it. So once you have run the sort, your vector itself becomes like sorted in ascending order. And now when you run reverse, the vector itself gets reversed and you get the descending order. But to write this entire two lines of code in a single like line, we can write it as sort, okay, vec dot begin, sorry for my bad handwriting, and then vec dot end. And after this we can add a third argument, okay, greater, greater in like greater than, smaller than, brackets, int, and then parenthesis. Okay, so if you're writing this entire statement, so I will write it down again, it took a lot of space. Yeah, you will not be able to see it. So for writing this entire two lines into a single line, you can do it very easily, just like sort, okay, vec dot begin, comma, vec dot end, comma, greater, greater, end, then parenthesis, and close. So this will get your entire original ARR, original unsorted vector, okay, VEC, original unsorted vector, as in the descending order. So this is how you can sort your entire vector in descending order by just writing one statement. You do not have to first sort it in ascending order and then reverse it. You can just write this entire statement and your unsorted vector now becomes sorted in the descending order. Now what about arrays? Till now we have discussed about vectors, how to sort a particular vectors easily. You can use the same code, okay, to sort the array as well. For example, if I'm having an ARR of some particular size and we have a particular unsorted array, okay, this is an unsorted array, not a vector, it's an unsorted array. So the code will now shift. We want to return the position of the, we want to return a pointer to the first index, okay, we want to return the pointer, okay, we want to return the address, we do not want the index. Try to please understand that we do not want the index for that particular beginning element, we want the pointer to that particular element, and that can be returned by just writing ARR. ARR is the pointer to the first index itself, okay, and the last, okay, for the last index, if you want to return a pointer just like we did in vec dot end, we can just add n, okay, we can just add n to ARR, and this ARR plus n will then point to the end of the array as well. Okay, so we will have our particular sort function as sort, okay, ARR comma ARR plus n, where n is the size of the array. Okay, I've already explained, if you want to find the size of the array and it is not given inherently in the question, you can just write int n is equals to size of ARR comma and then divided by size of the data type of that particular array, so that will be int. Okay, this will return you the size of that particular array itself. Now this is how you are able to sort an entire array, okay, or the entire vector itself. The sort itself is for ascending order, okay. If you want to do particular, like if you want to add, if you want to do the sorting in descending order, you can again add just one more argument, greater, greater, okay, and then int, and then the parenthesis, and it's done. So now it will be sorting it in descending order. Now, but what if you want to sort a particular part of a vector or a part of an array? Okay, you don't want to sort the entire vector or the entire array itself. Now what to do in that particular case? Let's try to understand that. Okay, let's take the like example for a particular vector. So we have a vector named vect, okay, we want to like sort the particular vector from the index, the first index, okay, or for example, like we have the vector as 90, 80, 10, 40, 30. Okay, we want to sort this entire vector itself. We do not want to sort the entire vector, we just want to sort a part of that vector. We have already seen in reverse how we can do that. Iterating upon that, we can do like sort. Okay, vec dot begin. So vec dot begin points to this particular index. We want to start from 80. So we will do plus 1. Okay, so this will go to 80. This will now point to 80. Vec dot begin plus 1 will point to 80. That is our starting point. And then we want to go up till like 40. We want to sort up till 40. So we want to return the end pointer to 30. Okay, how we can do that? We can write vec dot begin, okay, plus 1 2 3 and 4 plus 4. So this will sort my entire this array, okay, this entire portion of the vector in the ascending order. Of course I can write another argument, that is the that we added early on as well, greater int. Okay, we can add that at the end if we want to change the sorting to descending order for that particular part of the vector itself. Similarly, for your entire area as well, you can do the same thing. Okay, so you have ARR, sorry, you are having your sort. Okay, ARR dot you are having ARR plus, for example, this is an particular ARR array. Okay, this entire is structure is a particular array, and you want to like just replace this entire thing. Okay, you want to like sort this entire portion in an array itself. So what you can do is you can just write ARR plus, and then so ARR points to this particular index. So plus 1 comma ARR plus 1 2 3 and 4. So ARR plus 4 to get the end. So ARR plus 4 will point to this index. So you will be able to sort this entire part of the array. So this is how the two particular sort STL is being used. Now you need to remember that in most of your coding competitions or even in like coding interviews, so for the first two rounds when you are sitting on a computer and just coding, not for the actual interview in which a person is taking your interview. So for the CP based like when you are coding in a particular, you are given three questions, you have to solve it in 3 hours, you can use the STL. Okay, but sometimes in the interviews they can directly like ask you to implement this particular sort function. Okay, they will ask you, okay, write it in bubble sort or write it in insertion sort, or what are the different kinds of sorting algorithms. Okay, and write the algorithms, so they can ask that. And sometimes when they are giving you questions for the 3 questions in 3 hours, it can happen so that they can ban you for using this particular sort function. So they create a blacklist of functions, and when a particular function is in blacklist, okay, you are not able to use that function in your code. And sometimes they don't even say that you cannot use this particular function. They will just, you have to start, and you will be able to find out that sort is not working. At that particular point of time, you will have to implement an entire sorting algorithm on your own. So learning sorting algorithms is very important. Okay, so that is something that you need to know, and this is the STL. Okay, so let's try to implement this STL in our browser based IDE. Okay, we'll implement this particular stuff. So let's just disconnect. Okay, so let's start with our session. So what do we want? We want the sort STL vector GFG. We will go to the practice. I'm able to guess there is no link to practice itself. I'll just go back. Just remove vector sort stl c plus plus. Think so. We should be able to see our practice right over here somewhere. So they are not giving the practice itself. Okay, so let's do one thing. We will just like write this particular thing down. Practice. Okay, so STL list practiced. Okay, so this is not that. I will just write the entire thing on the screen itself. So IDE. Okay, so just like let's open up IDE 1 itself and we'll be writing our code in that itself. Okay, so this should be working, I guess. Yeah, C++. Okay, so let's write our code right over here. We will be looking at how we can sort our entire vector. Okay, that we'll be writing, and let's see how that happens. I will also show you another method on how you can write for loops as well. Okay, so till now we were writing for loops in a very basic manner. We'll look at a new way how to write for loops as well. Okay, so we will first declare our vector itself. So let's first import include vector. We will also be including algorithms. Okay, we will be including algorithm as well. STD is working. Now let's declare our particular uh, so let's declare our particular vector as well. So we have vector. Let's just wait for a second. Okay, just remove these unnecessary comments. Okay, so let's start with the coding itself. So we will declare our vector. I hope that you remember how to declare the vector vect int. Okay, we will be naming our vector as vec is equals to, and then declaring a particular vector. Let's declare is at 40, 10, 20, 50, 30. Okay, so this is our entire vector itself. So let's now sort this entire vector. So we can sort, as you can remember, we have sort, and then we you see vec.begin begin, and then vec dot end. We have two things that we need to mention: the starting pointer and the ending pointer. After that, we can just like the new way to print things out. Okay, the new for loop. So it's very simple. For okay, int x to vec. Okay, so this is our new for loop. Simple and nothing that you want to do in it. COUTC out, and then less than x, and less than this space. Let's give a little bit space so that we can know that it is changing. Okay, so this is the new method on how you can write the for loop. Now this is something that C++ has copied in the latest iterations from Python itself. Okay, sometimes in turbo C++ this will not work. Okay, so this is something that has been copied from Python. It tells to print the items present in vector, and x is the item present in vector. So we have 40 as a particular item in vector, 10 as an item in vector, 20 as a, so instead of writing vec and then in parentheses the index of that particular item, we can directly write x that represents that particular item itself. So this makes our life very easy to write and understand the codes. So let's now sort it in descending order as well. So we'll be having sort. Okay, we'll be having sort. Just let's copy the entire thing from above, because we just have to add a particular portion to it. We'll be copying and pasting it, and then just adding a one more argument to that. So we have greater int, and then parenthesis, and that's all that we wanted to do. We will then be like moving on the cursor to the next line. So we have C out underscore underscore end L Okay, and then we'll be printing out again our entire vector that can directly be copied from here. As I've already said, sorting and reverse both act in place. Okay, so when I write sort, it actually iterates upon the already like sorted array. So we have first sorted this vector into ascending order. Okay, now we will be sorting this entire ascending order itself back again. Okay, so that we are able to get the greater. Okay, so this is something that you need to do. So now let's try to like run our program. Okay, I should have copied this entire thing down. So we have got a standard empty. So function expected this or this before sort. So there is some error in our code. Let's try to edit and figure it out. Okay, so it was saying in line 10 we have a particular error. Okay, so we have not put a semicolon at the end of vector int. Let's run it back again. Let's see what the output is. Okay, so as you are able to see, we get our first array sorted as ascending order and the second vector sorted as in descending order. So this is how you can easily use the STL library to sort things out. Okay, so let's move on to the next topic, that is like we will be moving on to bubble sort. Okay, let's move on to bubble sort. So let's try to understand the new concept. And I think so today we'll be completing bubble sort itself, and tomorrow we'll be starting with insertion sort. So let's connect our laptop. And where is my pen? Okay. So yeah. So let's try to understand bubble sort as of right now. Okay. So we'll just take a particular colored pen. So now we are going into implementation of different algorithms. Okay, so when going into implementation of different algorithms, you need to understand that some algorithms are like very primitive. Okay, these were found very early on, and hence like it is very primitive in nature. So bubble sort takes in very high time complexity of n square. It is just the introductory sorting algorithm that you need to know. Okay, so there's a process in an interview on how you need to answer a particular question as well. So bubble sort is the first thing that comes into mind, and it should be when they are asking a particular sorting algorithm, first you need to tell them bubble sort. Okay, so there's a particular method in answering questions as well. So that also differentiates you from the crowd. So there are a lot of tricks and tips that we have. Okay, so let's continue. So bubble sort. So what does bubble sort do? So what bubble sort does is it takes in two. So it has a particular array. Okay, you have a particular array. So let's take an example of an array as 10, 50, 20, 40, and 30. Okay, so this is our array. So what will bubble sort do is at one point of time it will take in the first two items. Okay, first two boxes, it will compare them. Okay, if this is greater than this, then it will just swap them out. Okay, otherwise it will remain it same. Okay, then it will move on to the next two numbers. Okay, it will move on to 50 and 20. It will compare them. If 50 is greater than 20, then it will sort, like it will swap them. So now the new array would look something like this. It will be 20 and 50. It will then take up the next particular two numbers, that is 50 and 40. So as you can see, 50 and 40, 50 is greater than 40. It will swap these both numbers. Okay, so now the new array would look something like this. You will have 40 here and 50 here. Then it will move on to the next particular number, that is 50 and 30. Okay, it will choose the two numbers, it will compare them. Okay, so if 50 is greater than 30, it will just swap them. Okay, if it is swapping, then now the new array would look something like this. It will be 30 and 50, and we'll continue doing this for the almost n times. Okay, so it will continue doing this n times until unless it has got a particular sorted array. Okay. So I've already explained that we are going to cover bubble sort and insertion sort, and we will be covering merge sort as well. Okay, but for all the other sorting algorithms, you will have to join our training program where we cover everything that is present. Okay, yeah. So yes, so sliding window technique, we actually do not compare, we compute. Okay, there's a difference. So between compare and compute, in sliding window technique, you compute the sum of all the elements present in a window. Here you check if both the elements, if the left hand side is greater than right hand side of not. If the left hand side is greater than right hand side, then you exchange, you swap the numbers. Okay, so let's take one more example. Try to pay very close attention to what I'm saying. Okay, otherwise you will miss it out, you will not be able to understand it. Please try to pay a lot attention to the example I'm doing right now. Okay, again you have a particular array, you have 50, 10, 40, 30, 20, 70, and if I've missed something, then 60. Okay, so you have this particular array. Vishal Gupta, I'm focusing much more upon doing questions and algorithms itself rather than time complexity, because that is something so easy that you will be able to find on your own. Of course, if you are joining the training and internship program, we will be covering everything there, okay, in much more detail. So that's the thing. Okay, so for all of you, so let's start. So please pay attention to understand bubble sort. So we'll first take in the first two indexes. We take in the first two indexes, we compare these two elements. We compare these two elements. If the first element is greater than the second element, we exchange them. Okay, we exchange them. So now the new array would look something like this. So once we exchange them, it will be 10 and 50. Okay, now we'll move on to the next particular element. So we'll check 50. Okay, we'll take up 50 as our first element and 40 as our second element. Okay, we'll compare them. Okay, as 50 is greater than 40, we will again swap these both elements. So now our new array will look something like 40 and 50. We'll again take up another, we'll take up 50, we take up this particular element and this 30 element. We'll again check, yes, 50 is greater than 30. Okay, so we will again swap these both elements. So when we are swapping, we will now our entire array would be 30 and 50. We will again take up the next. Okay, we'll take up this particular 50 and 20. Okay, we'll again check if it is greater than or not. Yes, it is greater than. We'll again swap these both elements. When we are swapping it, our new array would be something like 20 and 50. We'll move on to the next particular elements. We'll take up the next particular elements, that is 50, okay, and 70. Now you are able to see 50 is not greater than 70. So we will leave it as it is. We will not do anything. We'll not swap it or anything. We'll just move on to the next number. So we'll take up another number. We'll take up 70 and 60. As 70 is greater than 60, we will just exchange them. Okay, we'll just exchange them and the new array would look something like this, 60 and 70. Okay, now we'll repeat this entire process. What we have done right now, we will repeat this entire process. So, this was the first time. We'll do this entire process n times, where n is the number of elements present in the entire array. Okay, if the number of elements present in the entire array is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, that's 7 elements. Okay, so n would be 7. So we'll repeat this entire thing 7 times. So when we are doing this entire thing again, so you will be able to see, let's just remove everything from here. Okay, we'll do this entire process once again. So this was our first go. We'll do this for our second go right now. Okay, so we have 10, 40, 30, 20, 50, 60, 70 as our after the first loop has been completed. This is our new loop. Okay, so we will take up our first two elements again. We'll compare them. Okay, so 10 is not greater than 40. We will it will remain as it is. Okay, we are not going to do any changes. We'll take up 40 and 30. We'll compare them. Yes, 40 is greater than 30. We will exchange them. Okay, so we will get our new array as 30 and 40. We'll again check for the next two elements. We'll check up for 40 and 20. So 40 is greater than 20. So we will exchange them and we will get our new array as 20 and 40. Okay, and so on and so forth. We repeat this entire process 7 times and we get our entire output as 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70. Okay, so as you are able to see, after this, like after just one more loop, I guess you will be able to get this particular output, and this is called as bubble sort. Okay, this is called as bubble sort. This is the simplest sorting algorithm that works directly by just swapping, repeatedly swapping the adjacent elements. If it feels that after comparing, it feels that they are just on the wrong order. Okay, so this is our bubble sort. Okay, so I hope that you are able to understand what bubble sort is. Okay, so for now, how we will be implementing bubble sort, let's try to analyze that. Okay, I hope that you are able to understand bubble sort. If you have any problem, then do let me know. Okay, so first of all, you will be writing a particular, so you are having void bubble sort as your function itself. Okay, it will take in two parameters, int arr, that is the array that you want to sort, and the size of the array as well. So it takes in two arguments. First of all, you want to do the swapping. So you want to go through, like you take up one particular element and you go on swapping it again and again, and you are doing it one particular iteration and then again n times. So you have two iterations of the size of that particular array itself. So, and also one more thing you can do to optimize the entire solution, as you are able to see in this particular thing, that the first pass, okay, when you are going through the first pass itself, the largest element comes to the last position itself, because you are continuously comparing the last element, like largest element, and then putting it moving it forward again and again. So in each loop you will be able to get the last element to the last position itself. So when you are moving on to the second iteration itself, can just move to this particular position itself. You don't have to check for this iteration itself. This is also one more optimization that you can do for the bubble sort. Of course, that makes like very little difference, but that's also an optimization. So we'll have two for loops. So we'll be having for I is equals to 0, I is less than n minus 1, and then I plus plus. So why I is less than n minus 1? That is like we are going up till this particular element itself. Okay, we are going up till this particular element itself. This is because we want to check for these both elements at the last. Okay, if you are going till this particular element, then there is no element after this to check with. Okay, that's why we go up till the second last element, so that we have something at the end that we can cross check, we can compare if it is greater than or less than. Okay, so you are having for I is equals to 0, I is less than n minus 1, I plus plus. You'll be having our second loop as for j is equals to 0. Okay, j is less than n minus 1 minus I. Okay, and then j plus plus. So I've already said we want to ignore the last index, so because that is already sorted. Okay, so for that we have this particular loop. If ARRJ is greater than ARRJ plus 1. Okay, if ARRJ is greater than ARRJ plus 1, then we will be swapping. We'll be swapping in place and ARRI, okay, comma, AR and ARRJ plus 1. ARRJ and ARRJ plus 1. So both the index, if it is greater than, okay, then we want to swap it. Now you'll be asking why this AND is present right over here. Okay, swap is another function. Okay, usually it is already implemented. You can also implement your own swap function. Swap is also an STL. Okay, swap is also an STL. It takes in a address, it takes in a pointer to that particular index. Okay, to get the pointer to the jth index, you can write and, okay, directly you will be passing the address to that particular index. Okay, you don't want to swap the values itself. Okay, it's no point of just swapping 4 and 5. You want to swap the values of that particular indices of that particular array itself. Okay, so for example, you have this particular array. So this is a very higher topic, okay, which we teach in our particular like paid courses, because this is very important for interview preparation as well. Microsoft asks a lot of question based on this, okay, in the interviews. So this is very, very, very important for Microsoft interviews. I will not go into a lot of depth because we also want to keep something for our paid courses as well, but I will just give you an overview. Okay, so when you're passing a particular ARRI, if I'm passing ARRI as an argument to a function swap, okay, so what happens is the value that is present here, this particular value itself gets passed. Okay, and when you're swapping ARRI and ARRI plus 1, okay, this is ARRI plus 1, okay, these values get swapped. So 4 and 5 get swapped and this array remains intact. Okay, there is no change in these two particular values. Only 4 and 5 get swapped. Okay, so that is something that you need to understand. That's why we pass in the addresses for these both when you pass the address to this both boxes, what happens is this swap function takes this entire box. Okay, this swap function takes in this entire box and swaps the entire box itself. So that is why we write and ARRJ and ARRJ plus 1 in our code for swap. Okay, this is a lot, like you need to understand like a lot of things to understand this particular concept. Okay, this symbol table, there is so much that goes on, like pointers itself, the chapter that we take at least 1.5 week to just clear your concepts on pointers and addresses and symbol table, because in Amazon interviews, you have questions just based on pointers, addresses, and they will just keep on spinning you. And if you don't have your concepts clear for those topics, then like even though you are a grandmaster in Kaggle and you have got like 7 stars in your Code Forces platform, still you won't be able to clear Microsoft because your basics were not cleared. Okay, so if you don't have a laptop, okay, you can directly use an inbuilt IDE from any of the websites. You can use IDE 1, you can even use lead code. Just buy a Bluetooth keyboard if you want to just keep on typing. It just costs about 1000 rupees and you can get started with coding on your mobile phones as well. Currently the mobile phones are very powerful. Okay, so yeah, so again, I'm explaining why the second loop. Okay, so as you are able to remember, in the first loop itself, where is the thing? Okay, in the first loop itself, you are taking up two things and then go on comparing these, moving forward, moving forward. So this is the first loop itself. This is the second loop. Okay, this is the second loop that you want to implement. Okay, second loop. Okay, the first loop is to go on doing all these iterations. That is, you want to do this 7 times to get the output. Okay, so that is, this entire iteration is the first loop. So you have two loops that you want to do. The second loop is for the comparison that you are doing. Okay, comparing, picking up two elements and continuously comparing them. The first loop is for your entire iteration, for repeating this entire process again and again, till and unless you are getting an entire sorted array. Okay, so that's why we have two loops. So that was the explanation for bubble sort. Okay, that's the entire code for bubble sort. Now we will be coding bubble sort somewhere, if I'm able to get a particular IDE. Okay, so this, to check for a particular IDE back again. So let's try to find out sort GFG. Okay, so we are having bubble sort right over here. Recover and solve it on practice first. Let's go on to the practice. So what is happening? So again, I will like to remind you guys never to use GFG. I'm just using GFG because it's very easy to find such easy basic questions. Okay, just for making you understand the concepts. When you are dealing with practicing on your own, I suggest lead code. It's the best platform. Okay. Yeah. So let's do this entire process. Okay, so here as you are able to see, the task is to complete bubble function, which is used to implement bubble sort. Okay, so for example, here they have already said that the first loop has been made for you guys. Okay, you just have to write what was inside the bubble. Okay, so this bubble will come back here and you have to write the comparison portion only. That was the second loop that you had to write. Okay, so very easy, we can write that very easily. I hope that you are able to remember. For int j is equals to 0, j is less than, okay, sorry, j is less than n minus I minus 1, and then we have j plus plus. Then we'll be moving on to the next line. Then we'll be comparing the values at both the points. We have arrj. If arrj is greater than arrj plus 1, in that particular case we want to swap the entire two functions. Okay, we want to swap the entire two functions. As you remember, in the swap function we have to provide the addresses. So we write and arrj comma and arrj plus 1. So this will be the entire code that you have to write. As it is void, you don't have to like return anything. This swapping, the arrays are being swapped in place itself. So this happens in the original array itself, so you don't have to do anything. You can just compile and run. Let's see if this code is working. I hope that it works. I'm pretty sure that it will work. Let's submit it now. It is still evaluating. I think so it should work. Okay, there shouldn't be any errors if I'm right. Okay, so let's wait. Like, it's just so slow. That's why I love lead code. Like, just like click on it and you get the answer. Okay, so answer is correct. Okay, so this is how we will be implementing bubble sort very easily. Okay, so there's nothing new in this. So we'll be doing insertion sort tomorrow. Let's keep up till here itself because most of you like we'll be dealing with it again from tomorrow. Okay, so yeah, if you have any more questions for me, okay, then feel free to ask. I will, till that point, I will be like making the I will just make the form for today, attendance form. Till then, you can, if you want, you can ask any questions if you want. So lead code is absolutely free. You never have to pay for lead code. If someone is paying for lead code, is a big idiot. Okay, just like think about it in that way. Lead code is 100% free. Please do not pay for lead code. Okay, I've seen people paying for lead code, and I'm like, seriously, man, you need to get some help. So today is day 7. So let's just name it day 7. I don't know. See, different compilers have different properties. Okay, please use the C++, like whatever I am using, the compiler here, whatever compiler is being provided by them. Please use the same compiler itself, C++ G++ 5.4. Okay, use the same compiler itself, otherwise it will not work. Okay, please try to remember that. Sumit, if that's the case in code blocks, please write the entire swap function on your own. It's very easy. You can just take in two particular arguments and then swap that particular positions using pointers. So it's extremely easy. And yeah, so that's the case here. Whatever the driver code is, as you are able to see, they have already implemented the swapping the elements portion. Hence we are using the sort swapping itself. Okay, so that's why we are doing this. As you are able to see, void swap, they have already implemented it, and hence we are using it. Okay, so please do not worry about like what is this, I'm not able, this is day 7 or day 6. It does not matter. Okay, just fill up the attendance form, and it always works. The attendance form always works. Okay, there's no problem with the attendance form itself. So you will be able to see the attendance form link on the screen. It is on the screen for the next 5 minutes. Next 30 seconds. So just copy like the link, take a screenshot, and then fill up the link form itself. Please do not pay any money for any type of competition questions on lead code. Practice the problems itself. There are more than 1,500 free questions on lead code. Of course, lead code is something that we also do in our paid courses. But the thing is, we provide our students with a paid lead code subscription as well. As well as what we do is we try to make them understand, like we provide guidance to them so that they are able to join. See, there is a batch system. So we take up 120 students every 3 months. The next batch is going to start from February. We have limited number of seats. We just have 120 seats, and you can join at that particular point of time. Okay, so like if you want to join right now, you can join right now. If you want to join later on, you can do that as well. So I have promised you that I will be providing a surprise for you all today for those who are interested to join a particular paid courses. So we have decided we are not going to provide the attendance link in any of the chat box. It was up for 30 seconds on the screen itself, so you can just revert it back and look at all the things. So yeah, so I promised you that we'll be providing something for you. So as you have been a part of Shape AI from the day one during this 15 days, so we thought to provide a particular discount just for you guys who are attending our sessions regularly. Okay, so in any of the cases for the data analyst training and internship program, as you are able to go, you can go and pay, click on pay now, enter your details. As you are able to see, you can just enter your details as well. And when you're clicking on the pay now button, you will be able to see 15 days DSA bootcamp discount. Okay, as you are able to see on the bottom right over here, we have provided a discount just for you guys, 15 days DSA bootcamp discount. Click on select, click on the available offers, and it will provide you a 10% off if you are a part of our DSA students. When you apply the offer, your entire course fees now gets reduced to 3,149. Of course, like we have already said, when you are paying for the course, you will get a discount coupon as well, which you can circulate to your friends. So all of your friends using your discount coupon will get 10% additional discount from them as well, and you will be getting a refund on your particular payment as well. So if you're bringing one more person, you will get 10 more percent discount, then 25, 50%, 75%, and on 5 people if you're bringing in, we are giving you 100% discount, that your course would be free. You don't have to pay a penny for your course. So we'll be refunding the entire amount back to you. So of course, this particular offer is just up till I guess 7th or 10th. Okay, I have to just check that. I will just check that and let you know. Okay, so the discount is for up till the 7th of December. This discount will work only up till 7th of December, and yeah, and you can be a part of our course. So that's all that I wanted to share with you guys. The link is always working. If someone is finding the link is not working, please make sure that you are writing the correct like spelling and everything. Links always work. Okay, so stop wasting time and just look at what the link is. So again, I'm just ensuring that I'm clear with this. We are providing a special discount just for you guys. Okay, you can click on pay now for our data analyst training and internship program. Okay, so you can just fill up the form. You can just like go on to the payment. Here you will be able to see a particular discount, 15 days DSA bootcamp discount just at the bottom, and click on select. Okay, can click on the available offers 15 days DSA bootcamp discount. So that will give you a 10% off for our all the DSA students. So this is just for you guys. Okay, and not for everyone. This is just for you guys, and you can just continue on paying via UPI ID, and this will also help you. Okay, so for those who want, okay, so for every person that you're bringing in, so the inherent cost is now for you guys 3,149 only. Okay, and after this, like if you're bringing in more people for our course, we are going to refund the money back to you. Okay, you will, if you're bringing 5 people in, you don't even have to pay a single rupee. We'll be refunding you the entire amount. If you're bringing 3 people in, we will be refunding 50% of the entire amount. Also, as you are able to see, our batch one results are extremely good. Okay, we have people from Goldman Sachs, Microsoft, Wells Fargo, and many other companies people have got placed. Okay, so yeah, so DSA course will be getting an internship or certificate. For our DSA course is just a training. It's not an internship program. Our data analyst training and internship program will also provide you with a 5 month long internship certificate and letter of recommendation that actually has worth on your resume. Okay, the attendance link has been provided already. For getting into Google like MNC, it is necessary to take training and internship program. Will it good to go with DSA and CP training? To get into good MNC, you need to get two things. Okay, first the relevant skills, as well as you need to get some experience. So for the experience part, I will suggest that you should take up the data analyst training and internship program, because it comes included with everything that we cover for the DSA and CP program. Okay, everything that is taught in DSA and CP program is included complementary with our data analyst training and internship program. It's for free for our data analyst students. So that is also something. Okay, so it is an intern program and training. So DSA and competitive program is just a training program. Okay, it is not an intern program. Data analyst training and internship program is a particular training and internship program as well. Okay, so yeah. The attendance link is always working, Jim. Okay, so there is a fault on your behalf. Okay, if there are 100 people who have filled up the form up till now, then there is some problem with you. Okay, so yeah. So that's all. uh, so please, like everyone, if you want to join, it will be great to have you all with us. We are providing so much, like we know exactly how to get into these companies. We ourselves are from tier 3 and tier 2 colleges, so we know how you can get into these companies. Okay, so yeah, so for second and third year students, as well as first year students, you can join our data analyst training and internship program. Okay, and we will provide you with an internship. The best students get to be a part of a paid internship as well. So Ashish Modi, one of our paid interns from the first batch itself, he joined us in the second year itself. Now he is getting an intern of about 35 to 40,000 per month from ShapeAI. Being an intern at ShapeAI, is working on many research based questions. Okay, that is also something that we are working upon. And yeah, so we have got people in many of the things. Yes, for a high school student also, please do ensure that you are enrolling in the paid program. It will give you a head start in the entire scenario in the college as well as you can start, will help you get freelancing as well, so that you can start with freelancing projects as well, so that you can get started with many different things, and you can build up your portfolio so that you can get into a better and bigger MNC when the time comes. Okay, so we train you in everything, guys. Okay, from freelancing to getting a job to getting an internship at big companies as well. So do join us. We have proven ourselves via our batch one results, as you can see. Okay, so like, if you are joining us, if you are promising us that the next 4 months I will be dedicating it just to shape AI, whatever sir you are teaching to us, I will learn everything. Okay, I will complete my assignments on time, I will do everything for the next 4 months. I can promise you one thing, that you will get into the best and the biggest company. Okay, so that's why like, do join it if you want. Of course, you will be getting like direct one-on-one interactions with people from these companies. Okay, Pranjal Kumar is also going to come for 1 or 2 live sessions as well, and he will be one of the like instructors as well as guidance provider in our paid courses. So he's from Microsoft. We have Shubhal Kumar from Goldman Sachs. He's also one of the people who will you will be interacting one-on-one in our paid courses. We have Atulya Arya, Bhavya Kala, Vinish Kumar, Raghav Loya, Devesh Vishwakarma. You have met him already yesterday. We have Ashish Modi, and these all people will be available in our paid courses. You will be interacting. They will be guiding you personally. Okay, they will be guiding you personally on their behalf, so that you are able to figure out a path for yourself, and you are able to achieve whatever your dream is. Okay, so do join it. Of course, like I've already said, we have provided discount for just you guys. Like, you can join the data analyst training and internship program. You can see the syllabus as well from here. Okay, the syllabus is also available, as you are able to see. You have data analysis, structures and algorithms, computer programming, monthly hackathons, open source events, paid internship opportunities, monthly one-on-one interaction with the mentors from big MNCs. We have fast doubt solving, mock interviews, interview preparation, letter of recommendation, and many projects as well. Okay, so Yes, tomorrow we'll be having Parag Mittal from Microsoft, and he will be joining us, and you can ask him questions as well. Okay, so yeah, he's also one of the instructors in the paid course. So that's also one more thing. You can check out the entire syllabus. Of course, we have provided a discount just for you guys, but the discount will work only up till the 7th of December. After that, the discount will not work. You're able to see, you can select 15 days DSA bootcamp discount right over here, available offers, and it will instantaneously provide you a 10% discount on your course. Okay, so that is also something that we are providing just for you guys. Okay, so tomorrow we'll be having Parag Mittal with us, and you can interact with him. You can ask questions directly. He's also one of the instructors at Shape AI. Okay, so yeah, for any person who wants to go into SDE or analyst or any other course, you can easily join the data analyst training and internship program. As you are able to see, most of our graduates, our batch one graduates, for example, Shubham Kumar was a data analyst, Abhishek Sai, Pranjal Kumar, Bhavya Kala are SDE, Ajit Garg are also SDE at these companies. So as you are able to see that this is something that will bring power to your resume. Okay, the two things that the industry are looking forward while hiring people, that is relevant skills and your like if you are having experience, so we provide you by the skills by training you, okay, in all the DSA, CP, interview preparation, mock interviews, hackathons, open source events, multiple like multiple, you will have certificates that actually carry weightage. Okay, so many people will not tell you which these certificates are. We provide you these certificates for free, okay, from big companies like IBM, Google, Microsoft. We provide you these certificates, and after that what we do is we train you by making you different projects as well, so that you are ready for to crack any interviews on campus or off campus, anywhere. Okay, so yeah. So for C++, so if you are joining the data analyst training and internship program, we have projects in C++, Python, web development, Flutter, and many other different things. So we cover almost every part, from data analysis, machine learning, AI, to software development, from web development to Android development, to everything that you can dream of. So that is something that we take a lot of pride in, because like that helps you to crack any interview, whether it be a software development or web development or Android or even a data analyst at top MNCs. Of course, it also helps you to get started in freelancing as well, because you will be able to create an ample amount of projects that you can showcase to your clients, and then get started like earning money as soon as possible. Okay, we also have our paid internship programs. Like we have already said, Ashish Modi, we took him from the first batch. Okay, so if you are doing very good and you are in your second or your first year or even high school and you did absolutely wonderful, we take you in for an internship at Shape AI, paid internship at Shape AI as well. Okay, so yeah. See, ML is not something that is or not a cup of tea. If you have a proper instructor that is able to guide you properly, if he or she is able to teach you properly, then you will be able to understand ML just like anything. Just you need to develop your interest in that particular subject. And that can only be done via the instructor itself. Thus, we have instructors like do not take in instructors directly from the MNCs. We take in instructors directly from the MNCs, and then we train them so that they become so good at teaching you, so that you have the interest that, okay, yeah, this person is teaching me so well, like this is so interesting, the examples are so engaging, so you are able to understand that concept at a deeper level. Okay, so for example, in our examples, we usually refer to like Batman versus Superman, or something that is currently going on, like Diana, or some other like DC or Marvel stuff, so that you are able to understand the concepts very easily. Okay, so that is something that we do. Okay, so I personally suggest to start with Flutter. Okay, not React Native, unless until you have done React.js early on as well. If you people have any doubts, any queries related to this data analyst training and internship program, please feel free to reach out to me on my WhatsApp number. I'm just typing my WhatsApp number in the live chat: 7016416673. This is my WhatsApp number. You can reach out to me anytime on my WhatsApp, and I will be happy to solve your doubts. We'll be ending a live stream right over here. We'll meet tomorrow with insertion sort and other sorting algorithms as well. Okay. Uh, See, if you are not able to join the session right now, you can book your seat right now as well. The session start from February itself. Okay, and after that, the next session will start 3 months after that. So that will be January, March, June. So that next session, if you are missing out the February session, then the next session will be starting directly from June itself. So that is also something that you, if you want, you can see. We only have 120 seats available, guys. So we will not be taking in any more students because we have to like distribute them for their teachers as well. Okay. So for those people who are not able to afford to pay 3,500 or something, as I've already said, we are providing you a discount of 10%, as well as if you are able to bring more people in, like for example, if you're bringing 5 people in, we'll be refunding your entire money back, 100% refund. Okay, so that is also something, if you want to, like, if you don't have enough money, so you can bring in some people in and we'll be providing the entire money back to you. Okay, so you will be like coming for the entire 4 month long course for free. You will not be paying a single penny. That is also something that happens. Okay, so guys, let's meet tomorrow. If you have any doubt, you can reach out to my WhatsApp number, and it will be my pleasure to like interact with all of you. Okay, so bye everyone and have a great day ahead.